bring in Stan Grant. Was the silencing of Dr. Lee a symptom of the system? That's the question, really.
It goes to the heart of the problem in the system, and that is that the system is not transparent and it does not allow the free flow of information. And under Xi Jinping, that has only doubled down. As you know, there are more activists, more dissidents, more journalists locked up in China today under Xi Jinping than there was before. Wang Xining and I go back a long way because he was in charge of me, effectively, controlling the foreign media when I was in Beijing. When we would do a story on CNN, which I was working for then, that the Chinese did not want people to watch, and Minister Wang would know this, the screen would go black. So information was blocked from people. People that we would interview would often disappear, would be put under house arrest or detained. We were detained on numerous occasions, sometimes violently and physically detained, intercepted. So the problem in the country is that it doesn't trust its own people to allow the free flow of information. Hence, something like this can very quickly become an existential crisis for a country like China. When you add to that a slowing economy, increasing unemployment, increasing levels of debt, protests in Hong Kong, you reveal the fragility that sits underneath the autocracy of China.
The suppression of information that he's describing, that's true, isn't it?
I don't agree.
Well, you do black out the screen.
We were there together, and
yes,
you know very well what happened to foreign journalists if they didn't obey your rules.
There were over 600 foreign correspondents. Some are from the West media, some are from developing countries. We think sometimes the West media filter out the information, pick out a piece from the large jigsaw to portray China as a very autocratic country where if you go into the alleys, go into the street, talking to the people, you'll find, for example, according to Pew Center, 85% of the people agreed with what the government is doing. They think China is moving to the right direction. And there are 90 million Communist Party members. And each year there are 2 million more joining the party, 80 of them under the age of 35. If you think they are idiots, that will be insult.
But this is just a simple question. Do you suppress information by blacking out the screens when there's information you don't like?
What case you are referring to? But
Stan, I'm sure you can.
Numerous examples, and you know this. When something goes to air the Chinese officials didn't like, they would black the screen.
I'm not sure about which case you refer to, but we...
OK, I'll give you an example. We did stories on Chen Guangcheng, who was a blind activist being held under house arrest by the Chinese government. When we did stories, the minute we would mention his name, the screen would go black. There's just one example.
That's a case related to Washington's involvement with the judicial process of China. And I think freedom of speech is also enshrined in our constitution, and the government is trying best to protect that on the condition it doesn't affect the social stability. And I think anywhere in the world, there's a periphery for freedom of speech. I don't think child pornography or pro-terrorist information would be allowed in Australia or anywhere in the world. So if we see the party's leadership is enshrined in the constitution, everything has to be done according to the Constitution.
Thank you.